Shipping on my Gucci ain't wet. All these stunning and they say she gon' grab. When she see the go, don't trip cause I'm booking all these shows. Don't get confused with all these hoes. One whip, throw the ones for gold. She ain't clear, take it over dough. Check it at the door, if you take it, it ain't no. When she see the trip, she gon' trip. When she see the dough, she gon' trip. When she see the go, she gon' trip.
Good evening and welcome to Brunch with the Fellas.
How we doing?
Chef Earl Pearl at DV Chef TV, always with the host with the most, just entertainment. And we are the Brunch Fellas, y'all. We try and get it together. This is our first episode this evening. But what's good, Just? What's good, family?
Hey, I just want to welcome everybody to this first episode of the Brunch with the Fellas. We got a lot to talk about today, a couple of topics. Kind of gave everyone a preview of what we were going to be talking about tonight and this evening. Nelly's performance at the Donald Trump inauguration, Dave Chappelle's 2025 monologue, Trump's controversial remarks, Sean Puffy Combs, a little bit about Jimmy Carter, Busta Rhymes arrested for assault, and obviously jumping right into, last but not least, TIK TOK temporary shutdown and some of the effects of that as well. So let's jump right into it.
Hey, before we do that, we want everybody to make sure you like and share the video. Also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Brunch with the guys, Brunch with the Fellas, okay?
Absolutely.
So, go ahead, Just. What we got? What we going into?
So Nelly expressed gratitude and pride performing at the inauguration, despite some backlash right before the inauguration. He was receiving some criticism about actually performing. I'm sure it was probably from some of his peers. But during a CBS News interview, Nelly clarified that his performance was about honoring the office of the presidency, not politics. He basically thanked all the supporters and reiterated his commitment to unity and positivity when asked about the songs he would perform. Nelly addressed the criticism, stating he faced some backlash throughout his career, including collaborations as far as back as 2004, when he actually started, or one of the first rap artists to actually start working with country artists. Emphasized that he does what he believes is right, regardless of public opinion. So if you would, Pearl, if you could play a brief clip of Nelly's interview, we appreciate it.
Yeah. Shout out to Nelly. I think we got a clip from Fox News St. Louis, from the Lou. I think we could run that one. Let's see.
Excellent.
It's not hot in her, but Nelly got some heat for his performance at the Liberty Ball for President Donald Trump's inauguration. And I'm not scared of backlash, is what the rapper said during an interview. He defended his decision to perform, and he said, regardless of the differences we have, it's all about coming together and being positive. He also says it's happened over and over again. This isn't the first time he's had people question his collaborations or performances. He talked about doing a country crossover song back in 2004. You guys remember that one, with Tim McGraw, getting heat from the hip hop community asking him, Nelly, what are you doing? Well, he says now he sees Black country artists like Beyonce and Shabuzi making breakthroughs in the genre, and it's great to be ahead of the curve. As for performing at Trump's ball, he said it all boiled down to respect.
It's not about a campaign. This is not a campaign trail. This is not anything that I feel like I'm influencing people to the way on how they feel, but it's more about the respect and the honor of being invited for what I like to call the greatest country on the planet.
All right, so there you have it. He did end up performing late last night. Despite that backlash, he's not the only artist who's received some. Rick Ross, Snoop Dogg, Chrisette Michele also receiving backlash for performing for events for Donald Trump. But again, he said it was all about respect, guys. So you can see that video there posted on YouTube if you would like to see the performance.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Nelly, man. Shout
Yeah,
out to Nelly, Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross, Chrisette Michele. Shout out to all of them, man, getting that bag, man.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? And, you know, who would be proud of performing at an inauguration and or, you know, meeting any president, you know? And I've been fortunate enough in my lifetime to actually meet one of the presidents as well. I got to meet President Obama back in 2012 and 2013. So either way, you know, like he said, I totally agree with him with regards to it's about the office. It's, you know what I mean. It didn't have to do with politics or, you know, him promoting a certain party, things of that nature. But at least he, you know, took the time to clarify, you know, at least on TV, you know, that's not what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? And being positive, and regardless, as we, you know, jump a little bit further into our evening. You know, we'll be able to touch on some other, you know, comments from other celebrities as well, which segues me right into Dave Chappelle's, you know, 2025 Saturday Night Live monologue that he did over a week ago. Has some humorous discussion, you know, wildfires in Los Angeles, and we're going to get into that. Trump's controversial remarks, you know, Puff Daddy. A small little statement about Jimmy Carter, and then obviously some closing remarks just in regards to Trump and, you know, him taking over presidency. So, Pearl, if you would you please play that clip, small clip from the Dave Chappelle monologue, please?
Yeah, I think we got an SNL clip. See if we can pull this up. Little SNL clip of the GOAT. Dave, I think Dave from like Lanham or something like that. Lago. With Dave from? Dave from Laurel or something like that. Kettering.
Yeah, Laurel.
I think Dave from Kettering.
He just said poor people in general. You know what I mean? No demographic, nothing.
Hey,
he just said poor
yeah,
people.
It's people who ain't rich. It's people who can't afford to live in those areas with his stuff burning down. Yeah.
So you know, he was saying, you know, people had mocked the idea. You know, celebrities deserved it. Basically highlighting their inability to see beyond the struggles. And then joked about the U.S. calling it. Dave Chappelle joked about the U.S. calling it the most expensive disaster due to celebrities owning expensive stuff because of all the stuff they own. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So,
like
because somebody mentioned that. I don't know who I was watching. Somebody mentioned that and they made a comment. They said, you know, you pay $5 million for the house, you know, but then you got 3 times worth that amount of stuff on the inside of the house.
Oh yeah, not to include you know, maybe if you got some cash up in there. I know Paris Hilton, I know hers burned down and she's notorious. They had a Netflix series of, you know, some of these little teenagers going through Hollywood stealing, you know, money out of celebrities' houses because they leave the doors unlocked in the neighborhoods and they just go in and just, you know, they used to hit her house pretty frequently. She just leave money in her, you know, coats and whatever in her closet. They knew exactly where to look. And so I know some of the celebrities have, you know, cheese and cash in their home as well. But
yeah, I mean, Paris a whole different type of money though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a different type of money.
Exactly. Even though it's crazy that Kim Kardashian used to be her groupie and worth more money. Used to be her personal.
Kim K was never worth more money than Paris. Like not
She is
on her best day.
no. Well, now she is. She worth
Kim
more
K?
now. Yeah, she's worth more now. I swear
Never.
to God, look it up. I'm telling you.
Don't do that. Don't go to hell.
Anyway,
Don't go
I'm
to
not.
hell.
I'm telling you, look it
Don't
up.
go to hell.
Paris is
I
not in
don't
the
have to look it up. I don't have to look. I know the Hiltons have been renting beds longer than Kim Daddy or Kim Soul Draws or anything that she has done. They've been
Okay,
renting
anybody
beds
watching this, go look up the net
way
worth of
longer.
Paris Hilton and
That's not accurate.
I'm telling you, I
That's
couldn't
not
believe it.
accurate. And
Hey, if it
I
is,
would even
somebody
challenge. Look, and I would even challenge if you want to tell somebody to go look up Paris Hilton's net worth versus Kim K. Look up the Hilton family net worth
Oh
versus
yeah, I mean yeah,
the
and I have.
Kardashian family.
I
Okay,
agree. Yeah,
so we
the
not
families. If you're talking about
like
family legacy,
way more money, and I don't care who any of her sisters have married. None of her sisters have married the type of catch that Paris Hilton's sister has married. Now go look that up.
right?
None of them.
Hey, that's
all they money is chump change compared to all of their money is chump change compared to who she married.
Oh
all
yeah,
their
no
money
doubt.
is chump. I'm talking about chump change.
Oh yeah,
like literally chump change compared to who she married. So
yeah, I guess if we're talking about family wealth,
we talking about empires. We talking about bringing together some old money.
And Kim K and Chloe and Courtney and Kendall and
nothing. Nothing.
Kylie, they're
nothing. They got that. Don't get me wrong. To some regular
worth, no doubt.
Yeah, to some regular folks, they are it above and beyond. But to the Hiltons, it's a whole different other league.
Oh no, I totally agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that, no doubt.
Yeah.
As far as Hilton as a family, no doubt.
That's Paris right there. That's her by herself, 14.2 bill.
Okay.
That's her.
Okay.
That's her by herself. Yeah.
Let's look him up then. Since you're doing this right now.
Yeah, I mean, who Bubble and Brown, we appreciate you, whoever that is. We appreciate
whoever did that. Thank you. Yeah,
but Kim K, 1.7.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, whoever looked that up, thank you for looking that up.
And I'm just saying, like, they've been renting beds out a long time, and she's been having products. Matter of fact, what people don't know is Kim K got the game from Paris Hilton.
No, I know that, no doubt.
So that was who she was trying to actually be like. She was trying to be like, Paris, who could do whatever the hell she want, which she does. But
and she was personal assistant groupie. You know what I mean?
It's like, I mean, I think she just what they call. I think Paris Hilton is what they call in the South, like Miss Susie, Miss Sally. Like she just do whatever the fuck she want. Like
she's money. Oh money.
Yeah, the world is her oyster.
Exactly. Yeah, agreed. Well, hey, thanks, Bubbly Brown, for looking that up. I may have looked at some. I haven't looked it up in a while, and this was. I'm not saying recent. I haven't looked this up recently. It's just the last time I looked. Just for my own, personal inquiry.
No, it's cool, bro. Kim K, them girls getting them Kardashian girls getting that bread.
Oh yeah,
they winning. They winning.
Yeah.
They
no
are
doubt.
an example of winning.
Oh yeah.
But when you talk about Hilton,
oh yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't know when I looked it up, and so anyway, I'll retract my statement. I know when I looked it up.
Pull that
I'll
back.
retract my statement. I'm thinking that she was worth more money because of them Ray J videos. I don't know.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, they're absolutely not.
Oh yeah, no, I'm messing. But jumping back on Dave Chappelle's monologue, even after he said this is the most expensive disaster, he basically was making a joke about he could go buy some burning acres of land in Mississippi for about $600 or $700, and joked about basically God's. It was all God with this there were some natural factors involved in these fires burning these houses up. You know what I mean? But like Mother Earth. But basically, it was saying maybe God has some disdain about these celebrities that you know what I mean? He's burning people's house up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I
uh,
don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know.
either.
I don't know.
But
God lets a lot of things happen that are are questionable. So I don't even question it. I just be like, have some
right.
insurance, man. Shit. That's really
Oh yeah.
it. Hopefully them people got insurance. And then when you got big ass houses like that, like to me, you know, I don't think that you care. I don't think, I mean, like you care to lose some of your stuff. Like if you had a war hall in that bitch or something, or,
Right.
or you had a really expensive a Basquiat or something, like if you had some artwork or something. But most of that stuff should be insured by like the Lords of London. You should have
Yeah.
that real good insurance. And then the house is just the house. Like that's just a structure. You're gonna get paid that.
Right. And
And then
that's
you
not,
can
I'm sure out there, that's not considered, some arsenal situation. You know what I mean?
no, that's a natural
Yeah,
disaster. Like,
exactly. So, I mean,
yeah.
with the amount of fires that take place out in California and the fact that they do have earthquakes too, I would think that there are some type of coverages within their policy that cover that. You know what I mean? Just it's normal. It's not
You
because
got
some homes
it
don't
though.
cover floods and things of that nature. You know what I mean?
Heck
So
yeah. Heck yeah.
hopefully, some people didn't get stiffed, and obviously these celebrities can rebuild homes and keep it moving. But at
Oh,
the
it's
end of
some
the day,
people getting stiff. It's some
oh
people
yeah, I'm
getting
sure.
stiff, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, with it being like a common occurrence with the fire and the earthquake thing, they have
No,
to
but
have
you no, but on the other level though, bro, like right now, it's a lot of insurance companies are like pulling out of different states because of natural
right,
disasters.
right,
So
yeah,
I think, that may affect, like, I know we talking about like the rich people
hmm
who, the celebrities and stuff like that, or the super wealthy who may have it, who not so worried about it. But
right.
like for, regular hardworking folks that done saved up, and they may be dealing with something with those insurance companies who
Oh
are,
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, because
who are choosing not to cover some of those things, though some of those claims,
yeah,
and so that's prayers to them, man. Prayers out to everybody that that's going through the fires and stuff. I had some family out there. I actually talked with them and made sure that they was okay. And then also shout out to the first responders. We appreciate y'all, man, because we know how tough it is.
I got a
And
joke for you. Nothing
yeah,
against. This is from Dave Chappelle.
what he say?
This is Dave Chappelle. This is not me. I'm not condoning it. I did think it was funny, and I love the Hispanic community. Okay. He said to lighten the tone, he said that Trump said that Mexico had sent some Mexican fighters up to LA to help. And in joking, he said when they get done, they need to go back home. He said he told them they need to leave. Hey, hey, Dave
That
Chappelle
makes sense.
said
That
it.
makes
He
sense.
said it. He just said when they get done, they need to leave and go back home. So
Yeah.
whatever that means, I love the Hispanic community.
I mean, they got a work visa.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I was just. Yeah, I was like, okay. So, um, Dave Chappelle, he does live in Southern Ohio, just south of me, probably 3 or 4 hours. I live up by Cleveland. And so, he had referenced Trump basically stating in, his debate, he says something about that, apparently there's some I guess that's like a sanctuary state for Haitians. So the United
Ohio,
States,
yeah. Ohio.
they had some Haitians go to Springfield, Ohio, which, if I'm not mistaken, I forgot exactly what location. It's out wherever Dave Chappelle lives is just outside of that. But Donald Trump had made some reference about the Haitians in Ohio eating dogs and cats,
Right.
and so Dave Chappelle had joked and basically stated that he had went to some of the Haitian restaurants to eat the food, and basically stated if he can eat there, then everybody else is good. He said he don't know what kind of meat he ate, but it did fall off the bone. He said it fell off the bone. Whatever it was he ate, it fell off the bone. So
yeah.
Moving right into Puff Daddy, which obviously everybody's been seeing, unlimited, apps with documentaries. Tubi, to be specific, have numerous, documentaries of individuals that have just created, some narrative about Puff Daddy, or just basically regurgitated what other, producers have decided to produce with regard to Puff Daddy, because obviously they're just dragging him through the mud. Dave Chappelle poked fun at Puff for not inviting him to the exclusive parties, and basically speculated it was due to his appearance. Basically said he thought that he was ugly. So
Yeah.
I'm not ugly, that's why they're not inviting me to the parties. But a caveat to that is he couldn't understand why Carl Winslow from Family Matters was in there. He got invited to the house over Dave Chappelle. So basically, Dave Chappelle had teased
Carl Winslow though.
Carl Winslow's in there and I'm not in there.
Crazy.
I mean, shoot, that'd be like Jaleel White that played Urkel if he was over there. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, that's either way. Dave Chappelle teased Puff Daddy about his age because he's 55. I think Dave Chappelle's 51. And in joking, he basically stated that, Puff Daddy, he looks young, but he gets some senior citizen discounts at the movies.
Right.
55. Anyway, I don't know if that's true or not. If you do get a 55, I don't know if 55 is a number for a discount or not. I mean, I don't know. Dave Chappelle has segued into a kind of like a emotional / heartfelt, statement at the end of his monologue, and he was talking about the president Jimmy Carter, which we all know. Jimmy Carter is not one of the highly popular presidents, but he was one of the oldest presidents in the United States that actually was still living until last year, RIP. But as many people well know, he did serve during, the 80s at a time frame when Cuba sent all of their criminals over to the United States, which Scarface has a little bit of that experience in that movie of them coming over to Miami. And then on top of that, the United States did build the Panama Canal. And as soon as Jimmy Carter decided to let them have it, they started charging us to go through it. So if I'm not mistaken, I think I did hear rumors of President Trump basically stating he was going to get it back. So we ain't got to pay money to go through it since we built it. I don't know how that's going to waver. But basically,
it's not going to work.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you know what I mean. But he was supposed to be building this wall in Mexico too, and we don't have no wall. So
we already control the Panama Canal security wise, like as far as, locality and operational forces and stuff like that. But
yeah, they did. But there was a statement made by him, basically stating that he was going to go to war. You can fact check me. I did think I heard something about him saying he would go.
Trump going to war? No, Trump is a pro-peace president.
Yeah, but there was some statement
with nobody.
Yeah, there was some resonance of a statement, him basically stating he would go to war to get it back. So
the Panama Canal, nah.
I'm playing. I mean, there's been hey, Trump's made some executive orders within 1 day of office.
I know. He's been signing a lot of pieces of paper.
Been cleaning up the executive branch, no doubt. But he basically praised former President Jimmy Carter for his bravery. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I forgot exactly what the title of the book that Jimmy Carter wrote had to do with Palestine. He was in Israel visiting, and he did want to visit the Palestine government. And Israel had warned him, hey, if you go over there, we don't have any security for you. And so regardless, Jimmy Carter took what little bit of security he did have at the time. and he went through the Palestine, and the Palestinians evidently cheered him on, calling it a deeply emotional moment. And basically, just to sum all of this up, Dave Chappelle just said, hey, he may not have been, the best president, but basically declared, Jimmy Carter a great man for just his efforts in doing that. So in closing, with regard to Dave Chappelle, he addressed Trump directly at the end of his monologue. And I actually liked it because it was, a proactive statement that he made. Basically stated to Donald Trump, urging him to do better and improve during his time in office than he did before. So even though there was a lot of laughs through the monologue, he did have a nice little closing to that monologue.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good monologue. It was a good 17. Good. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he had one of the longest monologues on Saturday Night Live. It was 17 minutes. So I had seen him do previous monologues, and obviously, in the last few years, they have been about Trump. So, and they've been hilarious, and they have been funny. So
Dave is still the GOAT. Dave is still the GOAT.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Dave is still the GOAT.
He definitely is. He is. I don't think he has to. There are some people that try to emulate his genius with being a comedian. For example, Key and Peele. I think he said in previous statements that they replaced him or tried to replace him because at one point they were on Comedy Central, just like Dave Chappelle was with his show. So, and they're funny too. I have to give it to them. There's some funny characters, no doubt.
Dave Chappelle, the funniest dude I know from Langley Park, Maryland.
Agreed. Dave Chappelle's funny because it's intelligent, and his dialogue, his comedy makes you think. You have to think about it. You know what I mean? It's entirely
Dave Chappelle, the funniest cat I know from La Plata.
I'll be honest though, I think he's from Silver Springs. I think he's from the Silver Springs area, but
nah. Look, I don't
his
know.
Dad was a professor. His dad was a professor.
I don't know. I think I always just tease Dave Chappelle, but you know what? I think he was living up in Silver Spring. I think he was in Motown.
Yeah, I think he was from. I mean, he did. I know he went to some school, probably in Southern DC, that did performing arts school or some type of. It was some type of school he might have went to in DC, in South DC, that catered to talented individuals such as himself. So he did. I think he did a special at that.
He went to Duke Ellington, maybe.
Yeah,
he might have went to Duke. He might have went to Duke Ellington.
I think you're right. I think you're right. There's a special about it.
Okay. Yeah, he might have went to Duke Ellington. Yeah, but I always be like, he's from
Maryland.
Yeah, he's from Tacoma Park.
Maryland, no doubt. He's from Maryland.
He's from Tacoma Park.
I mean, I didn't say he was from Forestville like Genuine. You know what I mean? Which is really close to where you're from.
Genuine from Suitland.
Yeah, the Suitland.
Yeah.
Suitland area. Wearing skips.
District Heights. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to LG from Oxford Knolls. From the Knolls.
PG County. Shout out to PG County.
Shout out to LG from the Knolls. Yep. Man, but that was Dave Chappelle is the GOAT, man. And that was a funny monologue. Like, I wonder when he's gonna go back on tour.
Yeah, I have the pleasure of seeing him twice. I saw him once in Cleveland when he did his Untitled documentary, which was basically just about the COVID-19 time frame and where he was staying at, and just about his community. And then, of course, he did have Bone Thugs and Harmony come out at the end, so that was nice because they were in Cleveland. So he had Bone Thugs come out, and then I did see him at this one theater in downtown Cleveland called Playhouse Square, where he did actually do a stand-up. Wasn't as appealing because Dave is he likes to communicate with the audience, so it wasn't as appealing as his specials that he does, because obviously that's just a different platform. So, I'll say this: I've never known Dave to really regurgitate any of his material on stage. As far as
That's
like
cool.
whatever he does in a special, it's like totally different. But it seems like he's trying to relate more with the audience, like with some commonalities of anything that's going on in his life, back in Southern Ohio, to just any dialogue he's had with his friends, things of that nature.
That's
But
dope.
yeah, Dave is the GOAT, and I love rewatching all of his Dave Chappelle show, and obviously R.I.P. to Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy,
'Cause,
Darkness.
I loved his True Hollywood Stories, and they were true. So,
Yeah, rest in peace. Rest in power to Charlie Murphy, man.
Rest in peace to Rick James as well, because even though he was on there, I think he was
Rick James, bitch.
Exactly. Rick James. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Hey, man, they had Rick James on. Rick James was on Judge Joe Brown one time, taking a dude to court for losing his guitar. It was like a $5,000 guitar. It was tough. Yeah, you guys get a chance, go on YouTube and watch Judge Joe Brown. Rick James. He took a friend of his to court, and I'm not gonna get into it, but you will laugh about it. It's a real court session about him.
Judge Joe Brown, Rick James.
Judge Joe Brown. You gave $4 for the $8 back to her, and took $8 and gave $4 back. I know Mike Epstein loves quoting Judge Joe Brown. I love Joe Matt. I love Judge Mathis too. He's funny. I'm sorry. Asked one lady if she did crack. He said, "Are you sure you haven't done crack like one time?" He said, "Have you done crack one time? Have you just had a ride?" And she said, "I smoked it once." He said, "I knew it. You crack it." He said, "I knew you smoked some crack at least one time." It was just the way she was acting in court. It was just funny. There was on there, but him trying to call somebody out for smoking crack, because the way she had a wig on too. But I mean, I don't know if that means you're a crackhead or not. But the way she was acting was crack.
He said, "You don't know if that means you're a crackhead or not."
But she was shaking her ear. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Hey, you got to just play a little bit of it. You got to play a little.
I'm not. I'm straight, but I don't have a problem with homosexuals. They're in my life. I love them. I embrace them. I don't have a problem with it. This particular night, he had a little bit too much to drink. And you did have a little bit too much to drink. And
I take it this has something to do with his failure to pay off the balance.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. And, so all of a sudden we're all, around the bar, and a bunch of us are talking, and I get this hand on my butt.
What's up?
And the hand is like there for a few 40, 60 seconds,
Rick said he grabbed his ass. He palmed it.
Keep going, man.
He said he grabbed his ass. He said he
said it was there for a few seconds.
He said about 40. He said 40 to 50 seconds. That's a caress. He could.
You got to play the rest of that. It's longer than what you.
And then there's another hand on my butt, and I look around, and it's JT. Now, hello. And then he goes in and comments. Well, Rick, it was an accident, or something. The hand was on my butt 40 seconds. How, 40-second accident? Your hand squeezing your butt? No, that's not what it was. At least 40 or 50 seconds.
All right, we got that.
Both buttocks.
Both.
All right. 2 hands full. And so I went off on it. Okay. I got friends around and stuff, and I know he likes me, and I mean, I never thought it was that way, a sexual kind of thing.
And it's not.
Oh, I never thought it was.
Don't interrupt.
And I always try to explain to him, Super Freak was just a song I wrote. It was just a song. It really didn't mean a whole lot of things. It was just a song that made me some money and it got me famous, but it really did not entitle Hands on the Butt.
Man, that thing, golly, that was funny. The whole thing is funny. At some point, Judge Joe Brown just tries to can Rick James, the sexual orient thing. Yeah, you need to get rid of that. But dude.
Crazy. He said he had his hand on his ass for 40 seconds. He said then somebody else came in there and grabbed his ass too. So both of them, they just had Rick James' cheeks. And
I don't have a little sugar in this tank.
And he stood there for 40 seconds with his cheeks grabbed by two different
You had a
people.
40-second to 50-second accident?
Crazy.
It was an accident, man. Dude.
Rick James, wow, man.
Hey, man, just closing on Rick James. You know, I went all these years and never knew that Rick James was in that movie Life.
Oh, crap.
Hey,
Yeah.
just pull this clip up one last time before we get off with Rick James. He was Spanky. He was the dude Spanky. Drop him. Martin Lawrence in the water. If you go look up Spanky, I didn't know all these years because he has short hair. Rick James has short hair in there. I didn't know all these years. I watched it when it came out in the theater, and I didn't know all these years that was Rick James in the Life movie. Rick James, Life, Spanky. His name was Spanky. He was a club owner. He had a cane. I was like, that's Rick James. Did not even know all these years, and was just like, that's crazy, man.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that now.
Yeah. Lift him. He said, lift him.
Yeah.
You gotta play that one little part, man. Just when you play it.
I don't know. I don't want to get whatchamacallit. I don't want to get. That's a movie. I don't want to get.
Oh yeah. I got you. Yeah.
I don't know if we get struck or not, but we cool though.
All right. Yeah. It's if anybody gets a chance to go look up Spanky, the Life movie. It's funny. Him dropping Martin Lawrence in the water. Lift him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, man. I love that movie. One of my favorite movies on top of the Players Club.
Yeah.
So moving right along to some more controversial information, and I'm sure everybody's privy to this. Busta Rhymes arrested for assault.
Bust.
Which, just a little backstory on Busta Rhymes. He's not known for causing issues or having beef with anybody. I know he's aggressive with his rap style, but he's never been in the run-in, with the law. So I mean, he's not known for starting issues. So this is kind of like an anomaly, at least for Busta Rhymes, who's a Grammy award-winning artist. Real name Trevor Smith. He was charged with third-degree assault following an accident in Brooklyn, New York, on January 10th, which was let's see here, sometime last week. Altercation involved a 50-year-old man who I think is either his personal assistant or somebody that is on his team. Rhymes punched him multiple times during an argument in Brooklyn, and the victim suffered facial swelling and was taken to the hospital. What I do know is that Busta Rhymes did this, and then he allegedly ran off from it. I don't know what the dude said to him, but he took off. And then Busta Rhymes left the scene before the police arrived, but was later issued a desk appearance ticket. It's called a DAT. Basically, just scheduled for him to go in court.
He got a little assault charge. He just bust dude shit open, probably.
Yeah, I think what it was, this dude was on this person worked for him. I've heard two different stories. I heard one, this dude worked for him and he was doing something on Busta Rhymes' time. He's supposed to be working, doing something personal. I don't know if it was talking on the phone. That's what the altercation was about. And other than him getting charged for, basically, I think it's going to get dismissed personally. I don't know.
He's going to get dismissed. Dude, they going to press charges because Bus going to pay him. Yeah. He probably give him an easy 150, 200, something like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, the logistics of it, like I said, I don't know. I think this person actually works for him. I've heard two different stories. This altercation with some man, a 50-year-old man, and then I heard another story about this person actually worked for Busta. So I'm just like, I'm confused. I I've got some minimal logistics on this. Obviously, more information will, be coming down the pike. But hey, you are right, Pearl, with the, these celebrities. Look at Marshawn Lynch when he tore up that Mustang out of Las Vegas. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was like it was a Cobra. He tore a Cobra up and ate it down to the wheels. And he was parked in Las Vegas, and they pulled him out, messed his little LV, Louis Vuitton belt all up, or Gucci belt. He had some type of belt on, and they pulled him out.
Belt up.
Yeah, they had to put him on. I guess he didn't. I mean, he wasn't being resistant. He wouldn't just automatically get out of the car. They're like, it's like they pulled him out like a worm, and then he fell. I was thinking about that belt buckle. They pulled him out, and I was thinking about that expensive belt buckle they just scratched up on the ground. But he wasn't resistant. It was just, and the thing is, he didn't. I know the perception of drinking and driving, and I don't condone drinking and driving, but the thing is, the dude was parked on the side of on some side street in some industrial area, and he was in his car sleeping, and they pulled him up out of there. But you know what? You never heard anything about it again after that. He probably bought some few uniforms for Las Vegas police, and I highly doubt he did any community service. Probably gave some money to Las Vegas Police Department, and it's a wrap. Because no sooner than he had that incident, he ended up on what was it, Amazon, or one of them channels, like Rich Herman being a spokesperson.
Still winning.
Oh yeah. But you're right about celebrities. Look at Justin Timberlake in New York with his DUI thing. We talked about that.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Whatever that charge is, driving.
That was
driving while drinking. I don't know. Driving while drinking zero sugar, Minute Maid, something like that.
Let's check out this clip. What they talking about with Busta Rhymes real quick from CBS New York.
Rapper Busta Rhymes is facing assault charges in an attack in Brooklyn. Police say the 52-year-old, whose real name is Trevor Smith, punched a man in the face numerous times. Authorities say it started with an argument between the two men last Friday morning in Dumbo. Rhymes was charged with third-degree assault on Tuesday. The victim was treated at the hospital for swelling to the face. Rhymes has not publicly commented on the incident.
And
allegedly failing to complete
yeah. And that's really that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there wasn't enough information on it. It just seems like it's like a little PG-13 situation. I
don't know if he got charged. It's not PG-13, but he might have just punched somebody in their shit, man. That's all.
Well, he's a high-profile rap artist, and obviously anything, the paparazzi and media can get on him. They're like, oh, we got something to put. It was just like, dude, for real. Yeah. I don't know, bro.
But you know what? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna send some blessings out to Busta Rhymes and to the victim. So to the victim who got their shit split, you know what I'm saying? We wish you a speedy recovery. And to Busta Rhymes, we hope that you cooler heads prevail, man. Because some of them lessons be costing, bro. And I know you might got it, but I know you don't want to spend it. Having to split people's shit all the time because lawyer fees, a little bond money, and all this other stuff, whatever got going on. Like,
well, hey, at least it wasn't a mystical situation. You know what I mean?
What happened with Mr. Cal? Oh, he went to prison for a while, right?
Well, he was in prison, got out, and then went back for basically the same thing. He, sexual misconduct type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
minor, pedophile. I mean, he was already. And I'll be honest, Mystical was one of my favorite rap artists, and I mean, as far as his previous work that he did, he really didn't get a chance to release any when he got out of jail, but he was one of my favorite rap artists, and had the little bad judgment and error because he found out his accountant was stealing money from him, and then did something that he could never come back from, and he got put in jail for some years, got out, he's a registered sex offender and then goes back for the same thing because he's messing with somebody underage or some underage allegation, so
That shit
yeah.
wild.
I'm just saying, at least that ain't Busta Rhymes, you know what I'm saying? So
Nah.
yeah, I mean, honestly, there haven't been that many rap artists in the limelight for going to jail. I haven't seen any other than some of these younger cats that are out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm about to say, man, all these young rappers going to jail.
All these young rappers, yeah, this younger generation, this Chirac generation.
I mean, but even the older people now, like it's everybody's so compromised. I mean, even though we talking about Busta Rhymes having a little physical altercation, like look at the smut being put on his name as far as like all the stuff with Diddy and the accusations that that he's not a straight guy,
implications.
Where their manhood is being challenged and questioned, like it's so much other stuff going on that like in that whole group of hip hop guys, of that era, that it's like, like all of them, their manhood is being questioned, their sexuality.
Yeah, I mean, I even saw
their choice
of Will Smith. He came on and did, you know what I mean? He did a spiel. I saw a reel with him saying, I don't know if he was doing a concert, but basically he made a statement saying, hey, if anybody tries to say I was there, I ain't never been to P. Diddy's house ever. He was on I think he was doing because it was on a stage and he had a band. Maybe he was doing some Men in Black stuff. I don't know.
Will say he never been over there.
He said, I have never, he said, it's a motherfucking lie. I ain't never been over there. Okay.
Wow.
I ain't been over there. If somebody tries to say I've been over there, I'm telling you right now, I ain't never been to no Diddy party, period. So, yeah. Hey,
I don't know where he goes to party. You know what I'm saying? I've never partied with Will Smith or Diddy or anybody, but like that's their business, man. But all of it, but just to have to come out and say that. Just shows you like the climate of that era of hip hop musician, all those guys from that era, where everybody having to now speak up and say whether they did or they didn't, or whether they was or they won't, or they is or they ain't, or it's wild.
Yeah, it's that stigma, you know what I mean? But but I'm saying, we could probably say this is like some Black Jeff Epstein type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
who will Puff?
Yeah, man.
I can't say that because I can't say that with Puff. I can't put that on Puff. And you know why I can't put that on Puff yet? Because
we don't have all the facts.
All of his stuff is accusations.
Mm-hmm.
Epstein got disappeared. Allegedly he committed suicide, or and I would say, okay, let's go with that. He was so scared of the outcome, he committed suicide. All right,
I don't even know if that. I wouldn't even know if that's accurate because they still went after the girl that was his, assistant. So
Justine Maxwell. Justine Maxwell, she locked up right now, but she ain't locked up for life.
Yeah.
You see, she will get out and be able to go live and enjoy whatever money she's got and enjoy her life. Okay. So, but she ain't gonna write no book. She ain't gonna talk about nothing. Right. Okay. And that's probably what was conditions of her just going to jail. The media ain't covering her. Ain't nobody saying nothing about this chick or nothing. The right hand of Epstein. All right. Mm-hmm. And then, and she didn't get life. Okay, so that right there means that it was some people that was really high up who looking out. That's the only way that could happen. Because it follows suit with these pardons and these things like this that take place with people in situations. Look out for their people. Fair enough. I don't think you shouldn't look out for your people if you're in a situation where you can.
Right.
So, I ain't even knocking that. But Puff being the Black Epstein, that's a reach. Because only thing that's proven is he beat up Cassie. is he's a womanizer. Like that's the only thing that's been proven.
He got some Chris Brown type stuff jumping off. That's all we know. I mean,
but like that's it though. But like none of the other stuff been proven. We know he a womanizer. We know that. We know he we know he will beat a woman. He'll beat a bitch ass. You know.
Right.
We
but
know
I will say that I left one of the Dave Chappelle jokes out. I think Dave Chappelle said something in his monologue about good thing they fired and catch all that baby oil that they confiscated, and that he said that he thought that you know, perhaps if he had some Crisco in there, a lot of Crisco, it would have been like he liked to cook.
Stupid.
He said if he would have had Crisco up in there, it would have been like he likes to cook. Not he's like, you know, Dave Chappelle said that he thinks his mama still has his baby oil from when he was a little kid, because he said he ain't never used a whole bottle of baby oil.
I ain't messing with Dave, man. Didn't they say that that Puff's baby oil though was laced with GHB?
Yeah, I heard. I don't know what, some type of drug or something like that.
So
yeah,
so that too is a crime. Okay.
Yeah.
So
man.
that is a crime as well too. So right now I'm looking at only two things that he criminally has done.
So he gonna get charged with a Bill Cosby. And
I don't know about that. I don't know. They got have none of that has been proven. None of the underage stuff has been proven, and none of the RAP stuff.
Yeah.
The raps.
You get a chance to watch some dialogue from Busta Rhymes, and they were asking him about it and how well spoken he was about he didn't want to speak on something that he doesn't have all the facts to. I don't know if you saw that. I heard. I mean, it was very poised way. Yeah, it was a very poised, intelligent way.
Stuff been proven, man. Yeah. Like none of that stuff they was trying to put on Jay, like none of that stuff has been proven. So
it's not sticking.
Yeah, right. So I don't think that shit real. But I do think though, Puff gonna do some time for something, and if you know, like what we see going on now, he's doing time right now.
Right, they're going to count that toward his time. Right.
Yeah, he's doing time right now. So
yeah, I mean, why he didn't get granted bail, I don't know. People are speculation because they didn't want him to get killed. So I'm hearing if he lets go some names, he might get up out of there.
I don't think so. I don't think it's nobody for him.
Maybe Trump will step in. Look, hey, maybe
bro.
Trump will step up in there.
Look, bro.
Hey, there was homies, man.
If Trump pardons Diddy, okay, then it's all corrupt.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Look at Joe Biden. He pardoned his son for all them dollars, all that money.
That's normal.
I mean, come on. But somebody said, if that was your son, wouldn't you do the same thing? I mean, but still,
yes.
it's the principality. Yeah, I mean, I get that.
Yes,
but it's the principality of the thing.
Everybody that he pardoned, I would have pardoned. Now,
but
the Fauci thing though, that's sketchy. Because he pardoned him, and this is something that people not paying attention to. He got pardoned all the way back to 2014. All right.
Yeah. That's sketchy.
And I've heard somebody say they pardoned him all the way back to 2014 because that's when they had proof of like the shit work. Right. So, you know, so that's why I was just like, okay, you know, that's kind of foul. But as far as his rest of his family and everybody and whatever business dealings they did and all that stuff, like that shit normal, you know. That shit normal.
I mean, I get it. Normal. I'm just saying, dude. But he told America he wasn't gonna do it. That's the thing. He ain't got no integrity.
but all politicians.
He told America that
what politician got integrity?
Right.
You know,
I mean, some of them are lawyers.
I mean, but which ones really got integrity? Like, has there ever been a politician that absolutely did everything that they said they was going to do? You know, not and we're not even talking about just like blatantly lying. We just talking about being able to do it. Like, not even no, like you just not going to do it. So therefore, there's no real integrity, because if I know that I'm not going to be able to do something, then I shouldn't even tell you that I'm going to do it. I should
Yeah, but people
honestly,
have ulterior motives by telling people stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I'm just
I
saying
mean, of
he
course,
lied. He basically lied to the Americans, but he was on his way out anyway. So you know what? I don't give a damn. I'm pardoning his
yeah.
ass.
Nobody really cared about
I know,
Joe
man.
Biden at the end.
But hold up, you know, a government employee still steal some toilet paper and they're going to Leavenworth. You know what I mean? A government employee steals some toilet paper from work and takes it home. And they going to jail for 10, 20 years.
I don't think so.
No, there's a case on there. Somebody stole some toilet paper a few decades ago. I'm not playing. Look it up. Somebody
And
stole some
went
toilet
to I
paper.
stole some toilet paper some
I
decades
know. I'm
ago.
talking about somebody got publicly
You know what I'm
shamed for stealing
saying?
toilet
Like,
paper. That's like me. Hey, Justin dropped a fry at Mickey
you
D's and
know,
picked it up
like,
and
come
ate it. You're
on.
fired.
That's like,
I got fired for eating some fries off the ground.
you know, now I'm living by myself, but of course I'm the MAA. You know, I'm not gonna make it home. Yeah, I grab me a little roll of TP. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
telling you,
Throw it
look
in
it
my
up. I'm
throw
telling
it
you,
in
look,
my backpack. Like,
the government sent somebody to jail for
you
stealing
know,
toilet paper
for some single ply.
from work. Yeah, I know. Why? I couldn't believe that.
I don't think it's a roll. I think they was stealing
A
they
box.
they was stealing boxes.
It was for our janitorial business.
Yeah. And
I
then they
don't know,
was trying to
man.
and then
I'm messing around. I don't
they
know.
probably owned a Jana King or something and was just like, oh yeah, we gonna fund
Like,
this
yeah,
with this
we've
and
been
then
watching y'all, and y'all stole about
yeah, like
20 boxes of toilet paper, single ply, because we don't buy 2 ply because we cheap.
yeah, like you can't but but you can't even have shipboard, you can't have 2 ply. Shipboard it's
Yeah, because of
it's
that suction
it,
in the toilet on them
yeah.
ships.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the steward.
mandated. It's a
Yeah,
mandate that you can only have single ply toilet paper on shipboard on government military
I
vessels.
bet you on aircraft is probably single ply. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know too
It
many people
might
that take shits on an airplane, but
yeah, I don't even hold
shit.
it. unless
Hey, I ain't never
unless
take no damn shit on there. Shit,
I
I
sit
ain't
on the
doing all
plane
of that.
before. I sit on the plane before, but it was a
I,
long flight. It was the
shit.
flight to Vegas because the flight to Vegas was like 6 hours,
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but shit, like
and
a
I
3 hour flight,
didn't
you talking about
go.
she can take a boo boo?
I
I
didn't
ain't
go before I left the house.
put some
So
poopery up in there.
you
Yeah.
know. But I
Hey,
mean, you
I
don't
get
get
it. If you gotta
comfortable,
go,
man.
you gotta go. But
You
damn.
don't get comfortable. You just try to let them drop the kids off, man, and then you know what I'm saying, get you a
You know what?
shower
The only
when
reason
you
why
get
you
to
do
your
it is because
hotel.
it's loud as fuck on the airplane. You like, man, I got enough. It's loud in here. It's loud on the airplane. You like, man, ain't nobody gonna hear me in here cutting up. And
It's just not comfortable.
it's totally loud as hell too. Shit.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
not
some people like
comfortable.
y'all are nasty. They don't want to hear about no damn people shitting on the plane, bruh. But people do.
Yeah, you
People like,
got shit. Yeah, people taking shit on the plane.
I mean, it's like taking a shit on a damn ship. Shit, got the same suction. Fucking that toilet sucks just the same as the one on the ship. For
Oh
people
no,
that don't
bro.
know, that same suction on the airplane is the same suction on the ship. Feel like it's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
suck
the
you.
truth. That vacuum.
That vacuum, yeah. You like,
He's stupid.
hey man, I remember I was on a ship for 3 years. You know what I mean? In the middle. But I'm saying every time I get on an airplane to go use that bathroom, I'm like, it reminds me. I have a flashback of being on a damn Coast Guard ship. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
And we're talking about 1960 Coast Guard ship with that suction bullshit. You know what I mean? Not no damn new no 747 or Airbus. So I'm talking about an old ass
Nah.
1960 ship upgraded with the suction. You know what I mean?
You talking about barely any water in the bottom of that.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna sound like damn Roto-Rooter on that damn thing.
He's talking about the toilet ain't even got no toilet bowl, barely
They ain't got no water in it. It's
You
just you
flush
drop
it,
it.
it'll suck the skid marks off the side of the.
Oh man, yeah, man, there ain't no water in there or nothing. Jesus,
the air pressure is so strong, and it just sucked the doo-doo off the side.
I will say on the aircraft though, them bathrooms do smell good, with the exception it's a small space, and you be looking at the ground to make sure people ain't been, you get in there and make sure your feet ain't touching the ground where they done did something strange for a piece of change. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it can get a little
sticky,
crazy.
little icky, like what's his name? Crip Mag. You get a little sticky, little Mickey.
That's nasty.
55th Street. Keep it 55th Street.
Man, don't keep it 55th Street. Wipe your ass.
Keep it 55th Street, man. I ain't taking no damn. I ain't doing number 2 on the thing, bruh. I mean, I'd have to be going through it.
Yeah, not on the plane. It's definitely an emergency case.
Oh, if you were gonna do that, I would definitely go all the way to the back. The back. What's funny though, when you get on the aircraft, they're like, "Please don't come to the front because you got to pass first class to get up in there and use the bathroom." I'm like, man, if I'm like in between, I'm going to the front or wherever was open. They'll be talking about don't come to the front. Get up out of here, man. Granted, I've seen them pods, and now they're one of those bigger aircraft, them 757, the larger aircraft that have those pods. I've seen them, never been on it. I think when I went to Hawaii, I think I seen it. The pod, the pods. I wonder if somebody be doing something strange for a piece of change up in there.
Still on the airplane, right?
Yeah, in the pod. Trying to
stick
something up in there.
Man, whoever out there watching, y'all make sure to like and subscribe to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Brunch with the Fellas. And yeah, like and share the video, y'all.
We appreciate your support.
Absolutely. We got links in the description. You can follow us all on social media. And we got merch. We got links for the merch in the description too, y'all.
Exactly.
Go and get y'all some merch.
Get you some merch.
Yeah.
Brunch with the Fellas t-shirts coming soon.
Brunch with the Fellas t-shirts coming soon for sure. We're gonna get them up on the website ASAP.
What's up, ASAP?
Thank
you guys for tuning in for this first episode.
What else we got though? Don't we got something else? We got anything else? We got TikTok.
Yes, we do. We're TikTok. And obviously, last Sunday? Last Sunday, TikTok did go down. It shut down. And what I'm gathering is TikTok experienced a voluntarily temporary shutdown affecting U.S. users, and it only lasted less than 1 day. Because what happened? President Trump got in office, and he actually turned it back on. I'll be honest with you. TikTok said that they thank Trump for providing clarity, ensuring its service providers wouldn't face penalties, and allowing, believe it or not, 170 million Americans users and 7 million small businesses to continue using the platform. TikTok celebrated the decision as a win for the First Amendment and a stand against censorship while committing to work with the government for a long-term solution to remain in the U.S. I know me and you have some mixed feelings or, similar views with regard to TikTok. I know, there's some conspiracy theorists out there, they want your information or trying to get the info, China, all of that, I mean, I don't even really think it has anything to do with that. Like I had said in previous dialogue and conversations with friends and family, it's not like you're the first lady, you're, the president with, secrets. Nobody cares what the hell you're doing. I mean, they've been tapping phones way before 9/11 for terrorist activity. It just hyped it up.
Way before 9/11, right?
Yeah, way before 9/11. So, I mean, If you're scared about China, I think personally, I think China's just trying to figure out some algorithms on what, new stuff to add to Temu. That's what I think. I think they're trying to figure out what some new stuff we can add to Temu. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a Temu fan. I love it. I buy t-shirts off on that on there out the ass. I love Temu, but I think they're doing some algorithm stuff with this stuff. I don't think that the Chinese are trying to steal identities and swap papers and stuff like that, because none of us look like anybody from Asia anyway, unless you're Asian. But at the end of the day, I mean, all Asians don't look like, they're from all over.
All Asians don't look alike
either. I mean, so if people are thinking that they're trying to
yes,
steal,
they do.
they do, and they don't. I mean, they do, but they don't.
Yes,
but
they do.
I'm just saying, if you think somebody's trying to steal your identity, I highly doubt that's the issue. I think that they're trying to beef up the Temu catalog. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to find out what people want to wear, what they want to, use, what's the cheaper way to make it. I mean, that's what I think. I think it's for real, because Temu be popping up on TikTok and popping up on all social networks. Every time you go through a feed, Temu's popping up with some BS, talking about you to spin the wheel and win some shit. I'm not playing, dude.
They got deals on Temu.
Temu be popping up on there. And I know everybody loves Temu. Shoot, they got some knockoff Stanley Cups on there. Look just like they might be Stanley Cups. They look $45 Stanley Cups. I'm not playing. Go in and get you a Stanley Cup. It looks just like it.
He said they might be Stanley Cups.
I'm not playing, dude. I seen a relative showed me one. It looked legit. It looked real. Y'all quit paying $50 for a Stanley Cup that's 32 ounces. Go to Temu and get you a real one. Get you a real Stanley Cup off the Temu. I'm telling you, they own there. Get you one. All you girls drinking that ice. I know y'all got drinks in there too. Talking about y'all drinking water, but y'all know y'all be putting some drinks up in there. Walking around with cocktails and mixed drinks and stuff. Having little keychains hanging off the straw and stuff. I'm telling you, go to Temu and they got the Stanley Cups on there for cheap. Probably $10, $20, not $50 for a 32 ounce.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, for real. But this TikTok thing with the ain't nobody gives a damn what you're doing unless you're killing somebody, selling drugs, or violating, laws. They don't give a damn what you're doing. They're trying to figure out the algorithm on your purchasing method or your purchasing trends. That's it.
Leave the children alone. Don't be selling drugs. Don't be fraud and scamming. And I don't think.
Hey, TikTok's made a lot of people money.
I think people will be okay.
Yeah, but Pearl, what do you guys say? Me and you looked up some material about individuals, depending on TikTok for income and how that affected them and all of that. I think you have a clip on it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I gotta find that clip again. I ain't save it, but as far as my comments on it though, I had no idea. I had been staying away from TikTok, not using it as a resource, due to my lack of education on it, of hearing people say, the whole China spying and all that. And my thing wasn't necessarily like, I don't want to get found out that I'm doing anything, because I ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? I shoot for real. And I shoot podcasts. When I say I shoot for real, I shoot for reels. REEL. Okay, for reals. I shoot podcasts so I can drop reels. Okay. So like, we ain't doing no crimes. We ain't doing nothing illegal. But there was this rhetoric and this narrative going around that like China is spying and collecting intelligence and data on people and on users and everything. And I pretty much use these things just to promote business, so it wouldn't matter. I don't have a whole lot of, like, even my Facebook page. I don't, because I don't have like children and things like that, and then I don't parade my life You know, like if I'm somewhere chilling and I'm relaxing, I might show somebody a picture, but like I'm not showing you the first class flight, the whole hotel and the room service and the this and all that. Like
Yeah.
I don't do all that, you know. Some people do that stuff, they utilize it for that and they show all their events and everything.
You know,
So
some people are here play pimping too. You know, it's
I
an illusion.
understand. Yeah, I
So
get that. You know, showing the highlights of their life, and that's what I mean. Like, I don't even use social media in that form. You
right.
know, so TikTok. When it came to TikTok, my biggest things was learning that now, like you was just saying, how people actually utilize it for their businesses and
Mhm.
have been successful with it as
Yeah.
far as it generating revenue and exposure to their business.
Exactly.
So that's where now, you know, I'm going to begin to investigate it and get a TikTok page and start, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
implementing it and using it in that capacity, along with understanding that Commander in Chief President Trump now is advocating for it to continue to be used, it specifically because of those things,
Hmm.
you know. And I did hear Mr. Wonderful, aka Kevin O'Leary, expressing his interest in purchasing the TikTok American component, so that way, you know, he could want him and somebody else. He was gonna have another venture capitalist, and they gonna buy it, and you know, and they go, of course, they had their own business plan what they gonna do with it, but they would still allow it for, you know, for us Americans, you know, and Canadians, really North, everybody in America, North Americans, all right, and South Americans, to be able to still utilize it without that whole narrative being attached to it of this Chinese spy tool, you know.
Right.
So, you know, so I'm glad that that's something that we can be able to look forward to with TikTok. So we be able to establish a presence on TikTok this year. We're gonna work on that.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely an excellent resource and tool. And I mean, I've always known in the background that people have used it to catapult their, you know, careers and promote business. You know, I don't know if there's any cost associated with it, like Facebook does, with, you know, creating ads and boosting, you know, views on pages and things of that nature. So,
Gotta
um,
learn.
like I said, um, well, yeah, with regard to TikTok, obviously it's a highly popular, you know, platform, and there's a lot of different, you know, demographics, a lot of different age groups that are on it, you know, from young to old. I mean, everybody's on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely an excellent resource. I just think that unfortunately, because of a demographic's name of being attached to it and they created it, it created some controversy. And who cares who created it? It's for everybody to use. Everybody uses Facebook. They have different countries that have different Facebook, you know, that's translated into their language. So, I mean, who cares? They, you know, China made TikTok and everybody's using it. It's just a platform for everybody to use. It's not now. I would, you know, charge the United States because they did have some hearings back in the day with regard to like, hey, what is TikTok doing as far as collecting data and what are they doing with it? You know what I mean? They asked the president, what are you doing with this information that you have off this platform? And he was explaining because I'll just give an example, like with regard to multi-function machines and copiers and things of that nature. You know, they have a, you know, those larger copiers, they have a hard drive on it, and every time you scan documents in, you know, send documents to it, it's stored in their hard drive, but they have an extra interface, a peripheral that you can attach to it or install that will dump all of that data. Basically, just it's basically like a trash can, you know, for data that is stored on that machine. You know what I'm saying? So they were bad. United States or Senate was asking, the TikTok president, like, what, how does that work? You get all this information, and then how do you store it, and then how is it safeguarded, and then just all the logistics about just security, cybersecurity with regard to people's information. But I mean, look at the United States with regard to like credit reports and information being leaked out from creditors, information being leaked out by the Office of Personnel Management that has like all the federal employees' info with regard to security clearances, things of that nature. I mean, look at Ashley Madison, an adult entertainment website that leaked out and crushed a whole bunch of people's careers because they got exposed because they were named on this website that was supposed to be exclusive. So the with regard to data and information being disseminated, it happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? Hey, oops, we're sorry. We're gonna give you this little protection for 2 or 3 years for credit monitoring. But the thing is, now we live in a modern age. There's identity theft pretty much on anything. So if somebody steals $100 out of your bank account, you got your money's protected. All you got to do is file a dispute, and then they do. That's why you bank at certain banks, and they have those protections. So if somebody steals $100 out, back in the day when they had ATM scamming and they had these type of little scanner things.
Back in the day,
I'm talking about last
2024.
No, I'm talking about over a decade, like 2012, 2011. People scamming ATM machines, and then you put your card in, and they get your number, that type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you ain't know that was doing. They've been doing that, like still now. No, they got it even.
Hey, if they have been, they ain't hacked me. Shoot, I don't even use the ATM.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I've been very mindful. I've been trying to, making sure I stay sharp. But yeah, like those tactics have, those tactics have evolved since 2012.
I'm sure. I mean,
and they even now, like with the taps, like I don't do no tapping on no cards and shit. Like I don't do none of that stuff.
I do the Apple Wallet thing. I'm not gonna lie. The Apple Wallet.
None of that tap. I don't do none of that tapping.
But Apple, Apple's one of the most secure networks. Period. They're the one that created USB. That's why you can buy Apple and it lasts you 12 years, and your computer's not going to get viruses and crash and all that. I had, like I told you, I had a MacBook for 11 years and just replaced it. And there was nothing wrong with it other than it was slow, and I used up all the memory, or I used all the memory on it, and used all of the hard drive space that ended up crashing and had to wipe it and sell it. But it did last. Those are solid, secure computers. Apple's got their stuff together. I mean, I know people want these jailbreak phones, and I want to be able to.
Guess what? Apple ain't paid us no money to endorse none of their products. So,
well, I'm just talking about. Allegedly. I'm talking about Apple. Well, I mean, Android ain't paying me either.
Yeah, but you ain't just throw them the alley oop like you just threw Apple the alley oop. You just threw Apple.
Hey, I'm just endorsing the product I use. I'm using the product I use. I ain't had no issues. Like you saying, we're talking about Apple Wallet, and we're talking about digital currency. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I was actually talking about the cards in specific relation to ATMs and digital.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even tell you last time I used
digital transactions. Digital transactions.
Right. Yeah, I can't even tell you.
You definitely got to be sharp though. Like no matter what people out here using to digitally transact, you definitely want to be mindful and aware of it, y'all, and practice some safety. Have some safe practices, whatever they are.
Right. And I get people don't want to deal with the inconvenience of having to go through a dispute. You know what I mean? I get that. The whole, you know what I mean? People don't want to go through the inconvenience of having a dispute and do that whole, get my money back and, all that type of stuff. So I get it.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Bro, so that's it.
Did you have a clip on that or no?
On what?
On TikTok?
No, okay. I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't have it.
Okay.
No, we had a clip on TikTok, but I didn't save it. It was a CNN clip that we had. I might be able to find it, but But nah, like I think we discussed it. I think what we discussed was fine. You know, because ultimately the users of TikTok, everybody wants it to still be available. And like I said, I'm curious now to find out what's going on with it and implement it into our regimen, you know, and see what it can open up for us.
Agreed.
And what we got going on. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
All right then, man. Well, I guess I would say that's all for today's episode. And thanks for tuning in to Brunch with the Fellas. Obviously, we will be back with more next time. And until then, everybody stay safe and keep brunching. And if you would, like you said, please like and subscribe to our page. So you like Pearl basically stated, you won't miss out on anything that we are talking about or our next episode. But we do appreciate you guys tuning in for the first episode with Brunch with the Fellas.
Absolutely. Like and share the video. Also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode of Brunch with the Fellas. And we will see y'all next Friday, 8 p.m., 8:30 live right here at Brunch Fellas on YouTube.
Just Entertainment signing out.
Peace, family.
She sees a girl, lace with the girl. You would never know. Don't trip, never let him go. You ain't sick, thinking I would fall for true shit. They're ready on the low, the basics. We can do it on the flow, the maintenance. I'll be standing tall, been so lit. You can have it all, no cap for applause. I'm on this, will never be a front. Compose this, never like with the cars, spitting dope shit. A nigga never lost.
DB Chef TV.